Hey guys, today I'm going to take you through a little history of American tennis shoes. Some of today's most iconic footwear comes from the sport, so let's take a look at how it came into American fashion. Let's go. Tennis is a sport that has its roots in England and France, dating back all the way to the 12th century, with the famous rackets being added in the 16th century. Once the sport reached the American shores in 1874, it was quickly realized that new footwear was needed to adapt to the new clay courts. The first tennis shoes were made out of mostly canvas and vulcanized rubber, with the first court-specific shoe being made by Keds in 1916. In the coming decades, we would have similar offerings from brands like Converse, B.F. Goodrich, and Dunlop. Court-ready shoes made of white rubber and canvas, made with breathability, comfort, elegance, and grip on the court in mind. After many decades of canvas tennis shoes, Adidas broke the mold in 1963 by releasing the first leather tennis shoes, called the Robert Haylet. It was an immediate success for its comfortable build, its iconic perforated lines instead of stripes, and the green heel tab that matched the tennis ball. The shoe was renamed the Stan Smith in 1971 after its endorsing athlete, and has since become a staple of casual and designer fashion. Adidas also had the first uses of suede, mesh, and polyurethane on the Rod Laver shoe released in 1970. Now, the reason that most older generations call any old sneaker a tennis shoe is because of how ubiquitous the style was during their youth. Most kids were wearing Converse in the 50s, solidifying sneakers as part of the American outfit. Once leather replaced canvas as a main material in tennis shoes, every brand jumped on board to try and make their own. K-Swiss, Nike, Diadora, Puma, and Adidas all made varieties of flat white shoes that would be functional and stylish on the tennis court and in everyday life. Another reason they were given a distinctive name was to separate them from other types of sports shoes at the time. The basketball shoe of choice in America from the 1910s to the 1970s was the Chuck Taylor All-Star. The high-top variety was favored by basketball stars for its extra protection around the ankle. Running shoes were low tops, but they usually featured spikes in the soles that were good for long or short distance runs. Tennis players favored the low-cut ankle and flat rubber sole for better mobility and quick turns, and the differences between the sports shoes bled over into popular language. The simple plain white rubber and leather style continued into the 1980s, with Bjorn Borg's Diadora Borg Elite shoes and John McEnroe's Wimbledon shoes being famous models that are still popular today. Since tennis was seen as a regal sport for people of high class, the uniform was always kept white to reflect elegance and purity. But starting in the 1990s, more risks started to be taken when new colors and materials were added to uniforms and shoes. Some of the most notable examples of athletes that broke the mold were Andre Agassi, John McEnroe, and Michael Chang. These players donned special shoes and outfits accented with colors like neon pink, green, and blue that bridged the gap between traditional plain white tennis dress and techie, futuristic athletic wear. This leads us to the modern era, where players are outfitted by sponsors and can show off their personality through specific style or color choices. And although the country's fascination with the sport has died out significantly since the 1980s, there are still lots of tennis icons today that still shape sports fashion. Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, and Pete Sampras have all been very impactful on the game of tennis and the brands that sponsor them. It'll be interesting to see how tennis fashion evolves and continues to impact modern style. For now, we can be grateful that the sport of tennis has brought us footwear classics such as the Keds Champion, the Adidas Stan Smith, the K-Swiss Classic, the Nike Air Trainer 1, the Gucci Tennis Ace, and many, many more. Follow for more great videos on sneaker history, comment down below which ones I should do next, and thank you for watching.